All right, let's get this thing started for today. I think we're all running okay. I am going to hide my face so I'm not looking at it. Hello, welcome. How are you today? I think my dog thinks I was talking to her. You think I'm talking to you. I'm talking to them. These. Sorry, Rose. Okay, bye. Anyway, today, day after Thanksgiving, haven't done any shopping today, actually. I don't think I did any looking around. I probably should have. I still have a bit of Christmas shopping to do before Christmas. And the dog is jumping up and down now. She's excited. Yeah, today, probably just eating too much cake from the stuff I baked yesterday. Probably too much of that. And then playing entirely too many video games. I was playing too much Hyrule Warriors. I have one more quest to do. And it was too hard for me to complete with one level 100 person. Or is it level 98? I hit the cap with Mifa today. Getting there with Link and Zelda. If I can get them to 100... and then one other, I think I might try it again. But, like, they don't give you enough time to do that mission. Like, all of the other quests, they give you, like, oh, you have to beat 6 bosses? Well, you get, like, 25 minutes to do it. But you only get one character. In this one, you get 4 characters that you have to jump between. You can't control them simultaneously. But you can order them to different places. You can swap between them so you're not traveling between different places. But you get, like, 10 minutes to do this, and it's just way too much to do for people who are not like over leveled. I'd like to see somebody actually try that at the recommended level just to see what they do, what kind of strategy they have. I don't see a way for that to like actually happen. It seems too difficult. Other than that, doing something that breaks the normal flow of the game, collecting korok seeds, which isn't something I did in Breath of the Wild either. Like, when I found them, cool, and that was kind of how I was treating it here, but it does such a good job of, like, being like, you want this, like, you're collecting korok seeds for some other stuff that you need. You don't need them for the things where, like, you keep increasing your weapon capacity. Those are the only things that are left for me to get in the game. But they let you finish all of the regions except for Gerudo and Central Hyrule, and you complete one of the things for Central Hyrule, and then the last one opens for Gerudo, and it's a korok seed thing. And it's like, oh no, if I do this, then I unlock the last thing that I need, which is probably the rest of the korok seeds. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it's not korok seed related and it's just like, yep, you did good, thanks for playing the game. But I doubt it. It's probably going to be 100% completion of korok seed collection, which is a little sad because it's kind of like with Breath of the Wild, though exploration was the reason that you play that game for the most part. Combat was okay, but it was mainly the exploration, and it's just they're too small. It's such a small scale exploration for finding the korok seeds that it was just kind of like, not in it for me. There's too many and they're too little. In this game, it's like you're trying to be fast-paced, going from one place to the other, and like the camera controls and just how the characters move, and just the sort of flow of the game. It doesn't fit well for trying to find koroks in the game world. Though it is much the same as it is in Breath of the Wild, it doesn't work as well in Age of Calamity. But I will probably be trying it nonetheless. So, yeah, that was mainly it for me today. Got a bit of upkeep to do. I think yesterday I did a bit of writing. We'll be putting up a new blog post on Prismatic Planet, the website I do that's for basically just talking about humanity and the environment, how people interact with our world, and just get a better understanding for how how things work, how the Earth works, how humans can better interact with with our planet. And tomorrow's, or the not tomorrow, the thing I've been researching this month, I think I mentioned it a little bit, is how in mythologies throughout the world, people tend to create deities or deify complex concepts that are difficult for humans to understand and give them a human identity. So when I was going through this, I ended up finding three pretty common ways to personify nature. One of them is the Earth Mother. One of them is Mother Earth and Father Sky, or vice versa. Mother Sky and Father Earth. Or the Earth Envoy, where the Earth isn't personified, but the person who exemplifies, the deity that exemplifies how humans should interact with the planet is the human interface to the between humanity and the planet. So I'd go into a couple examples of there, two for each of those from cultures around the world, which was really kind of interesting to see that no matter where you're at, humans told stories to make it easier to not necessarily understand. Like, they're really just saying, oh, the Earth does this because it's angry, or the Earth does this because it's hungry, or this is what happens when the Earth is sad. But those kinds of stories, while they oversimplify and even get things wrong, what it does is it encourages people to think about something and to care. It's always been a bridge to understanding. The stories aren't always intended for people to get an understanding about something when they're faced with these stories, with these deities and what they stand for. But what they do is they either develop a sense of care or a sense of fear, which ends up turning into caring such that you never get it mad at you and thus have to fear it. But having that in place, people take better care of the planet. They interact better, just better, with the Earth. And kind of as we've gotten more towards a facts-driven kind of society, a community of people, we've kind of lost that bit of storytelling. So that's kind of a takeaway at the end of that. It's kind of going through a bit of human psychology, how we deal with complex things, how we try and put ourselves in people's shoes. And if we can't do that, then we basically turn that thing into a person so we can put ourselves in their shoes. Going into a few different ways that cultures have personified nature, and then that sort of thought at the end, which is, while they may not always be correct, they always instilled this notion of care, which is very much needed right now, and we could certainly use a bit of that. Still, like, I'm not absolutely not saying don't trust science or anything. Like, trust that. Trust your facts. We have to. We've learned them. We know them to be true. But let's, if it helps, find stories to build that care, especially when people are growing up and getting older. If they're not going to understand, like, the Earth's magnetic poles, or what space is, how wind makes clouds move over the Earth, which is how salt water ends up losing all of its, you end up losing all of your salt being evaporated into clouds, and then water falls back onto land as fresh water from rain. If that's hard to explain, then tell stories that instill that care, that sense of awe, and like just a desire to continue learning and to just, like I said, care about where we live. I don't think there's a lot of harm in telling those kinds of stories, at least when done in a way that that encourages you to learn more about it and use it as a bridge for building that advocacy. So, yeah, yeah, that's a bit of what'll be coming out for this month's human nature post. I don't know. I may cross post that in a few places. We'll see how I'm feeling. Speaking of how I'm feeling very itchy. I said yesterday that I probably wouldn't shave this yesterday, and I didn't, and now my face is itchy. So that's fun. It should be gone by Monday, hopefully. If not, it'll be gone Tuesday for sure, because I have a concert to do on Wednesday, and I don't want to wear a mask over the beard. That's not comfortable for me. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on. A little bit of Hyrule Warriors for you, a little bit of nature and humanity for you. I don't know, maybe both of those are kind of things that you're into. I don't know how I ended up in the Venn diagram between those two things, but somehow I have, and very happy to share thoughts on both. So I think we'll call it at that today. And you have a wonderful day. It's late today, at least where I'm at. It's 9 p.m. So yeah, I guess better yet, have a good weekend. Since the next time I see you will be next week. And yeah, we'll see you then.